Language, certainly, but a lot of people saying, well, maybe there were some suggestions that we
recommendations. We think investors should hold on to the stock. There's some upside, but the challenges are out there. The partnerships that have happened on the wireless side, we've got Sony Ericsson have partnered up together, and that had success in prior years, and now we're seeing a little bit of the struggles from just the two entities together. But, we'll see how that plays out. We've got a long way to go before Motorola completes this review and completes the spin-out.
All right, so I heard you say if you already own the stock, then hold it. Let's talk about where you do see growth. Should an investor buy the stock right now, if for no other reason than sort of that entertainment communications business?
No, we think investors that hold the stock should hold on right now. We think there's other alternatives in the telecom services and telecom equipment side of things, but we don't think there's a lot of upside to Motorola for investors to be buying the stock. As you mentioned, there's growth in the networking side. There's growth in the enterprise mobility. Motorola is core supplier for telecom, for cable, for government entities. There's some prospects there that we think are positive, but there's other companies that are doing better. As you may know, Standard & Poor's actually downgraded Research in Motion, RIM, today. That stock is up 20% in the last couple of months, but we think there's a lot of positives that are factored into that stock.
Where else do you see some of the growth and maybe some of the other names then, if Motorola is not the one, even in this networking space? Where would some growth be that would be worth looking at from an investor's point of view?
Well, at Standard & Poor's, we have a buy recommendation on Cisco that is on the team. I don't cover it, but I cover the telecom services providers. We have a strong buy in AT&T. We have a buy recommendation on Verizon. We think the U.S. telecom services space is doing better than a lot of people think, and there's upside to the large-cap companies like AT&T and Verizon.
Even with the enormous amount of capital that they have to sort of put out right now to get what they hope will be good returns.
Yeah, we think AT&T and Verizon are well positioned. They've got balance sheets that can support the investments in companies such as Motorola, that is a supplier for both those companies. We like the AT&T and Verizon, and we're comfortable with a hold recommendation on Motorola.
So the CapEx, though, for both of those phone companies doesn't bother you?
No, in fact, we think it's under control. We think they're investing in growth opportunities. We're shifting gears a little bit onto the wireline equipment side, but AT&T and Verizon are making inroads there, and that's a lot of where their capital spending is going.
All right, one quick question here, sort of in this current environment. Todd, do you think, last question on Motorola, getting back to that, it's possible to see a foreign buyer? I mean, we talk a lot about the dollar being very cheap. Could a foreign buyer come in and take Motorola handset?
I think there's a number of possibilities. We've seen partnerships from overseas operations, but, I think it's worth noticing that we've had some issues with communications equipment such as 3Com trying to do a partnership with an overseas buyer. So it's uncertain. We'll see who steps up to the table.
All right, Todd, we thank you very much. Todd Rosenbluth there from Standard & Poor's. We do want to let you know we are